Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Murder, She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couches. My name is Amy Archer. I'm here today with Becca, and this is a free trial for all of you on the free feed of our coverage of Tiger King.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's talk about this. Future episodes, we're going to go through the entire season, will be on Murder Club for $8 a month. You can jump over there and listen. This was darker than I remembered it.
It was darker than I remembered it. And just, I had the same feeling like, is this actually real? Do people like this exist?
Yes. So just to clear up, we both did watch this when it came out in 2020, correct?
Yes.
And did your husband Steve watch it at that time?
Yes, we were watching it like everyone else in those first few days of the pandemic.
Okay, my husband Timmy did not. So last night was his first introduction to Joe Exotic, and he was just like, wow. Like, it's just so much. It reminds me of the documentary The False Prophet that we just covered over on Lil Miss Recap, where, you know, she was like, I'm an escape artist and a ventriloquist and this and that. Like, there's a lot of like, you know, I was trying to do a DARE program in the schools and they weren't listening. So I brought tigers and then I got magic involved. And you're like, what?
And I do find it a little ironic that somebody who possibly was around methamphetamines was in schools teaching kids to not use drugs.
Yes, it was kind of wild. I'm like, what's going on here? So we were talking a little bit before we started, and I asked Becca to repeat the story on air. We were talking about like kind of, and this is something that kind of happened around the pandemic too. We went through this, I think, time culturally where we started to look at things through a modern day lens.
Yes.
Of, you know, ways we treated people and stuff like that. Like I very distinctly remember around this time, around the pandemic, listening to You're Wrong About, which was Sarah Marshall and Michael Hobbs. I think it's only Sarah Marshall now, but it's great podcast. Highly recommend. And they were doing a series on like Monica Lewinsky, Tanya Harding, like women that we kind of judged very harshly because that was the culture.
Yeah.
So you were kind of talking about Justin Bieber. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
I was reading an article before we logged on together talking about Justin Bieber. He, you know, was the headliner of Coachella this past weekend and the weekend before. And there was a lot of discord online about his first week's performance. And people wanted more, expected more, you know, demanded more from him. And then he closed out this weekend, and I think he gave a little bit more. He did. He listened. He still kind of did it his way, but
yeah,
he played a little bit more to his audience, I think.
Okay.
And the article was written by a Gen Zer, and it was pretty much just talking about how, what more do we want from Justin Bieber? We took everything from him. And he gave us everything. And us is the collective
Britney
society.
Spears, I feel the same way about.
Yeah. And there comes a time where he's living his own life and we still can't accept it and we still want more.
Yeah.
And talked about how bizarre it is if you think about it, that he's at an award show and he's 14 and grown people are telling him how good he smells and how good he looks and how sexy he is.
He was sexualized, which happens to women and girls all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's different when we see it on a man, you know, maybe it opens our eyes more when we see it on a man because women are just kind of used to it.
Yeah.
But I thought the article was interesting because it was written by a Gen Zer who has a very different point of view of the world.
And to be clear, Becca and I are both mothers to Gen Zers. She has 2 sons, I have 2 daughters. And they, you know, we talk a lot about like how we don't teach critical thinking in schools a lot, but I think somehow they've absorbed it because my girls really do look at things critically
Yes.
And I'm kind of impressed by that. We're big Gen Z fans, you and I.
We are. Yes. We have a lot of hope in them. I
Have
admire
they
them.
down in many ways? Sure, but
Yeah.
we've let them down in many ways too.
Yes.
So
Do sometimes they bring out the boomer in me? Yes.
yep, yeah.
But no, it was a really good article, and I kind of found it through TikTok. I was on TikTok, and then she kind of did like, if you want to read more about my article, link in bio.
No,
Uh,
I love that kind of stuff. And that's why, this month on Murder She Watch, we're doing Making a Murderer, which was, huge in 2015.
yeah.
And we're doing this. And I love looking at things rhetorically that,
Yes.
we're huge in the zeitgeist at a very specific time and place.
Yes.
And I wonder how Tiger King is going to hold up to our, how we felt. Because I'm just going to say it. I remember it being funny.
I remember, and I think because we were all in such a dark place,
We were.
we didn't know what was going on. This is like,
Mhm.
I think this like came out March 20th of 2020.
Yeah.
Like this was that first month. We were all home.
Mhm.
We all didn't know what was going on. And
Mhm.
I don't know, would it have caught like fire if we weren't all in that same position where we all just needed to laugh?
I don't
And
know
this
because I think Chimp Crazy did really well. Same director, a couple years ago. But I don't know. Tiger King was such a time and place. And
yeah.
when I say I remember it being funny, like I mean it was shocking funny. It was
Yes.
he's so eccentric.
He's a made up person who really is alive.
Yes,
Like,
yes. But that's to say the animal abuse always bothered me.
No,
Always.
yes,
And
100%.
it's I was even saying to Timmy last night, I'm like, "Oh, I forgot, how he feeds those tigers," and like it just gets worse. And
Yeah.
so like I do want to give a pretty big trigger warning here. Like and as I said in our newsletter this past week, if animal abuse bothers you, obviously don't watch this, but
Yes.
you need to understand that it's not just direct animal abuse. And that's something that they talk about that we'll get to.
Mhm.
Animal abuse is not just hitting an animal, just like child abuse is just not physical, right?
Yes.
These animals are living in much less, like less than ideal conditions, but like times 200. I
Yeah.
don't know how to speak. You
I
would
mean,
think I don't do this for a living.
We open up with a scene of a snow leopard in Florida in a van.
I know.
Like,
All right,
so that's where
get
we're
into it.
going.
Yes, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Tiger King season 1, episode 1, Not Your Average Joe, directed by Eric Good, who like I said, he did Chimp Crazy, and there's some controversy around that.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into that here.
Yeah.
You guys can look it up.
I do love how we get a shout out to the chimp people though in the beginning.
We do. We do. So a lot of table setting in this episode, right? We learn that there's an entire subculture among big cat people in the United States. We learn Joe Exotic's in jail. He's facing 80 years in prison. I'm like, oh my God, that's more than Keith Raniere. He's running a sex cult. What's happening?
I was like, 80 years? Wow.
Yeah. There are more captive tigers in the United States today than there are in the wild in the whole world. And I just wrote, this is wrong.
That hurt my heart.
If you're somebody who collects exotic pets, you might not want to listen to our take on this because it's not going to be good for you.
And why would you want a tiger as a pet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I will never forget the chimp eating the lady's face.
Yeah.
And so like I just don't understand why anyone wants a wild animal in their home. Like have a bunch of kids if that's your vibe.
Yeah. I mean,
because when they're babies, you can do that stuff with them. You can bottle feed them.
Yeah.
You can just adopt some kids. I don't know what to tell you.
I have a cousin who has a very, I think it's a bull mastiff dog.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're
huge, very friendly. Everyone loves the dog. She loves the dog. The dog's never been mean.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of that big dog.
Just because of its size.
Yeah. I'm a little afraid of big dogs, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm intimidated by big dogs as well.
So owning a tiger?
No,
not for me.
So we go to Homestead, Florida 5 years earlier, 2014. Eric Good is making a documentary about a reptile dealer in South Florida. And like you mentioned, a guy shows up and he's going to buy a snake or something, which that snake that they were taking out, the anaconda, I almost died. I almost had a heart attack in my chair.
Like, if you're not a reputable zoo or science aquarium, why do you need a big snake like that?
I don't know.
Like,
Becca, there are places in the world where those things just live in the wild.
Just live, and people live amongst them.
I need to never go there. Put it on my list where the harpy eagle lives. I need to also never go where that snake lives.
No, I understand the rainforest, beautiful. Not for these eyes.
Let's protect it, but I'm going to stay here on my couch solving crimes.
Nat Geo's for me.
So this guy shows up with a snow leopard in his van, and Good is like, you can't. Here's the thing about Eric Good, and I think this is what makes him controversial. Is he appalled and trying to, or is he curious?
Is he into it?
You can't tell.
Yeah, it's hard. But is that the vibe he has to give to these people to allow him to come in?
Right. That's what makes this so complex, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, again, I go back to that false prophet documentary where Christine Marie had to like pretend to be kind of friendly with Samuel Bateman to get him to open up to her, to get the crimes.
There is a level of lies and manipulation you have to give your subjects to be able to do a documentary like this.
Yeah. So he sees this snow leopard, and he is saying to the guy, like, should he be in this van? It's 100 degrees out.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, they're fine if they're like used to being bred in Florida. I wanted to punch this man in the face and burn his van to the ground after I saved the leopard and moved him to his proper habitat.
It doesn't work just because he was born in Florida. He understands it's hot. No, he's a snow leopard.
Yeah. So this set him out on a journey to go to find out what is going on with these big cat people in the United States. So we go to Wynwood, Oklahoma. This is a tiny town. It is 1.5 square miles.
Whoa.
The whole town.
That's very
And it has like 1,700 people in it.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, 1,700 people living on 1 square mile? This is what Wikipedia told me. I feel like it's wrong. Maybe it was kilometers.
Math schmath. We don't know numbers.
I don't know. It's small, okay? Less than 2,000 people. That number I know how to read and interpret. So this is the home of GW Zoo, which is the Greater Wynwood Zoo, and its owner, Joe Exotic. We see him playing around the big cats. He's like, oh, you sexy tiger, you sexy tiger. Like, he just treats these things like they are house cats.
It is so bizarre.
He says most people are jealous of this incredible life that I live at my roadside zoo.
In all these trailers amongst this garbage.
He says he has an emotional connection to the animals. So we meet his crew, if you will. So Eric Cowie is first. Okay. Eric Cowie looks like a very broke down Sebastian Bach from Skid Row.
He does. Yes.
And he found this job on Craigslist when he was at his lowest point in his life. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to become a zookeeper.
And I love how he goes, look at me. Now I work with tigers.
I know. Then we meet John Renke, who is called Rink, I believe. And he's been here for 14 years. He says the staff is unique. And that's what's really cool about this zoo. Then we meet Rick Kirkham. Now, he's the one we see in the very beginning who is kind of like a really hardened Johnny Cash.
He is a character out of a detective novel.
Agreed. Hard-boiled.
Yes.
He is the producer of Joe Exotic TV. He's dressed all in black. He's smoking cigarettes like they don't make them anymore.
But no.
And Rick says these misfits all came together and they are reigned over by the king of all misfits, Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
We meet Kelsey Safri, animal keeper. And I just have a note about Saf. Saf came out in an interview with Esquire and said they were misgendered the entire documentary.
Oh.
And they are trans. They prefer to use he, him.
Okay.
And they prefer to be called Saf. So we're going to just call him Saf from the onset. Okay. Saf says Joe is really the star of his own show. And he is. And there's a show running 24/7 in Joe's head.
Oh, man. There's a camera on that man at all times.
We get a music video.
Forgot about the music videos.
What? There's not enough auto-tune in the world. So is he just hiring somebody else or taking somebody else? Is somebody else singing it?
They have to be, because this is before AI.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he really has a passion for music, and you can tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saf says the zoo was Joe's stage. He can control every aspect of it, and he filmed constantly.
Yes.
From morning to night. What is with these people filming themselves 24/7?
Yeah, and sometimes he's just sitting there eating and they're filming him.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
He had a live TV show, Becca, that he would do for his followers, and it was on the internet worldwide. 6 p.m. every night worldwide. It's on
And
the internet.
how many people were watching?
80. And it's kind of this thing like you know what it reminded me of in The Office when Jim sets Creed up with his blog.
Yes.
And it's just like a notes app somewhere that doesn't go to anybody. And it's like at www.joeexotic.com TV/open. Like, we don't know where this thing is.
Like tigercubsrule.com.
So Rick had experience. He was a reporter for Inside Edition. He'd done a lot of stunts and stuff. So he makes it at least look like a show.
Yes.
And Rick says we did a show every night. Most shows were just Joe flipping out about the, quote, animal people. You'll hear a lot about them.
Yeah.
Down in Florida. So now we get a little video of Carole Baskin.
Mm-hmm.
And she is the founder and CEO of Big Cat Rescue, the world's largest accredited sanctuary for big cats.
Yep.
Joe says, since 2006, we've been in a pissing match over cats. Yeah. I was just keeping to myself, doing my thing, and I pick up a newspaper one day, and there's a story about this trashy roadside zoo, and it was me.
He seems so shocked. He's like, and it was me.
We have a trashy roadside zoo by us. I don't want to name it, but anybody in the Scranton area knows exactly what I'm talking about. Scranton, Pennsylvania, Northeast Pennsylvania area. And I took my kids there. Well, I didn't take them, but they went on a field trip with their elementary school. So like I went to be a homeroom mom or whatever. It was real sad. Like we had to leave. It was really, really bad. So the crew goes down to meet Carole, and Carole comes out. And Timmy told me he wants me to get this outfit to wear on air. And I'm like, I don't know if even I could pull this off.
Oh, I was running around my house looking to use something as a headband.
I said, I'd rather dress as Joe Exotic, to be honest. And she's in like a tie-dye top, and she's got her little floral hippie band across her head. And she's like, saving cats is the one thing I can fix if I stayed focused on that. When I tell you this woman is laser focused on these cats, like, she will not watch anything on the news if there's not a cat in it. So I guess the weathermen, when they're trying to warn of like, you know, I don't know, hurricanes coming to Florida, because she lives in Florida, has to be holding a cat while he's doing it.
Yeah. She doesn't watch TV unless a cat's the star. So, you know, limited options for her.
She says a tiger needs 400 square miles of territory in the wild. But what they do at the Big Cat Rescue is they take them in, and they at least, so this is interesting because this is mischaracterized by Joe Exotic later, shockingly. He's like, Carole Baskin is still making money off these tigers.
Yeah.
And she is, and she's a complicated figure, and more will come out about this. But you can look at it in a way like, what are these tigers going to do? You just can't take a tiger who's been in captivity its whole life and drop it off in the middle of the wilderness and be like, bye.
Yeah.
So she provides them, in her words, a safe place to live until they can die. Like they live out the rest of their lives there.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, even some of the cages we saw when she was filming for her own little segments,
they were cages.
Look small.
Yeah, they were cages. And I want to know, like, I want a forensic accounting of the money that she comes up with. Like, where is it going?
Yeah.
Is it going towards, you know, saving these cats and rescuing these cats, or is it going in Carole Baskin's pocket?
Or is it going to more like animal print shirts?
Right.
Yeah.
Carole says she was raised with cats, Becca, and she had no friends when she was little. She only had 2 imaginary friends, and they were white cats.
Yep.
And she has a real, if you guys watch reality TV, she has a real Kim Plath vibe.
There is something about the hair and the look and just kind of like the bitchiness when she's screwing you over. Yeah.
And the way her husband's walking behind her, and she's like, "You're too close to me."
Yes.
Like, okay. And then we know what becomes of the husband later.
Oh.
So meanwhile, in Wynwood, Joe is showing Eric his gift shop. And he's got an underwear line. He's got sex gel.
Yeah.
And again, somebody who doesn't wear underwear. What is with these men freeballing?
We need less free balling in the world. No one needs that.
Please. Rubbing against your jeans?
Think of denim.
That's gotta hurt.
That really does, actually. To me, I think, this a little TMI, but I think the balls are sensitive and like denim would hurt.
Balls are sensitive. Murder, She Watched official stance.
We have taken a stance on something.
We just have kind of learned that throughout our lives.
Yes.
So we hear I Saw Tiger. Okay.
I do have one quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you're looking for new underwear, where's the first place you run to? Your neighborhood local roadside zoo? Because that's his bestseller.
Yeah, like usually I buy my underwear at Victoria's Secrets or Lane Bryant, but my local roadside zoo is a close third.
Okay, good to know. I know what to get you for Christmas.
So we hear his new song, and it's "I Saw Tiger," and I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah,
it's him like holding an automatic weapon, standing on what looks like a Chevy Colorado truck that's like seen better days. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting. And I guess, the Grammys never got to hear this song.
Yeah. You guys will get to hear it, though. Next week, it's becoming the theme music for this.
Can't wait.
So we meet John Finley, Joe's husband, and he met Joe when he was a month out of high school. I feel like Joe crosses some lines. Like later, he's involved with the 12-year-old magician. I'm like,
yeah. Like that was his best friend. Yeah.
They were together from 2003 to 2014, which I'm guessing this is being filmed in 2014. So they're together.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just say we've been together since 2003?
Yeah, it was a weird, and that poor man looks like he's seen some better days.
He has seen a lot of better days.
Yeah.
And he says, John says, Joe has showed me love, and I learned how big my heart was.
That was very sweet, though.
Yeah. Now this is a little dark. So just, get ready.
Oh no.
Joe says at the age of 13, he knew he was gay, and he really struggled with it. And his parents would not have it. His dad actually made him shake his hand and say, and with Joe too, Joe is a very unreliable narrator because everything is very extreme.
Yes.
So you don't know. I'm sure that this experience is true. But was it so overt? Like, we don't know. We just don't know. So I'm just saying, I'm sure there are a lot of true elements here, especially growing up in Oklahoma in the 70s, being gay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if his father made him shake his hand right in front of the mother and say, you're not allowed to attend my funeral. Like, we don't know.
I could see him disowning him as a son, though, given that time frame. And, but Joe is always the victim and the hero in his story. So it is hard.
And it's always very hyperbolic.
Yeah.
Right? So he ended up driving his car off a bridge in a suicide attempt, which is just horrific.
Yeah.
He ended up being very hurt. He had broken his back. He had to live in braces for a long time. And he ended up rehabbing somewhere in Florida. And his neighbor owned like a safari and a big cat place. And he would bring the cats home at night to bottle feed them. And that's where Joe fell in love with big cats.
Yeah.
And
he's never had a friend.
And he's like, but the animal rights people keep saying I can't have these tigers. He is so angry at Carole Baskin.
At one time, he says, over my dead body, you'll take these cats from me.
Like,
there will be a mini Waco in this place.
Oh my God. Timmy was like, did he just say Waco on television? I'm like, yeah. So now we skip on over to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where we meet the douchiest of douchebags who've ever douched. And that is Doc Antel.
Oh my God. This man He is
He's Michael
producing.
Scott. He's the Michael Scott of the animal world.
When he's like, come to the front door and I'll open it and I'll be like, welcome to my home. Like,
And Eric Good is kind of like, okay. And he just lets him do it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he's like, I am Dr. Bhagavan Antel.
oh,
I am the director of Myrtle Beach Safari and the Rare Species Fund. And we see him like walking around on an elephant and making jokes. And
yes.
he wants people to have an interactive, uncaged experience with wildlife. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
No,
that seems
thank you.
dangerous.
An interactive experience with the deadly wild animal just feels like I'm going to get hurt.
Feels like I'm going to lose a limb.
Did the chimp lady who got her face eaten off, was that an interactive experience? I think it was.
It was, yeah.
They were interacting.
I also think it's bizarre at Doc Antel's location. Everyone who works there is
a young woman
dressed like Jane from Tarzan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're all very young women. Yeah. Like, I'm not saying they're underage. I'm not implying that.
No.
I'm just saying they're like in their 20s. Yeah.
And there's a lot of cleavage, a lot of butt. Yeah.
Yep. I'm telling you, I said Michael Scott, but he's also got a little bit of a Keith Raniere vibe to him.
Oh,
maybe it's just because I'm so into the vow right now, but.
No. And also, I feel like he's from somewhere weird, Yoga Land or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
That I feel needs a deep dive. Yes. Why did Yoga Land just have tigers everywhere?
I don't know.
And how did? Yeah, I feel like there is probably a whole documentary on this guy, Doc Antel.
Yeah. And we're trying to go through this and experience it with you guys in real time.
Yeah.
As a flashback. So like, I don't want to Google to figure it out. I just want to kind of wait and see what happens. And we'll cover that, when we get to the end. But he's popular. He's so well known. And Becca, people want to destroy him because he's a guy who's just out there loving big cats and big cats are loving him back.
Yeah. It's a sensual experience, Amy.
Dude, that cat would eat your fucking face if it was hungry enough. It is a wild animal.
And why is that one white cat so big? So
I know. It looks like
it need a diet. And I don't want to body shame a tiger.
It looked like, I was going to say like a mini elephant or something. I've never seen a cat look like that.
It looked, maybe it was inbred.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. So Rink back at, GW Zoo says Joe Exotic was obsessed with Doc Antel and wanted to mimic a lot of what he did. And so Joe starts doing this, $15, come down, pet a cub, whatever it costs.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic says he goes, people say, animal people, I'm not going to try to do his voice because it's just out of my range, but animal people say cub petting is abuse.
Yeah.
But he says, I believe if you make a connection to a tiger, then when someone says you got to save the rainforest because you got to save this tiger's habitat, they'll understand. Sure, Jan.
That does feel like a very 90s mentality, though.
And if you're so altruistic and you want to do, then don't charge.
No,
like just do it out of the goodness of your heart. But like you're making money on this, dude. Come on,
and don't constantly have baby tigers. Like,
and I want to see, Becca, how much of Joe Exotic's money is going to save the rainforest.
Oh yeah, did he start a nonprofit?
Doc says we need the money to do our worldwide conservation work, and he charges anywhere from $339 to $669. It's a sliding scale. It's dynamic pricing. Okay. These people that are being shown, they look like you and me. They look like average people on vacation with their families. I doubt they're doling out $700 a person to go see these animals.
No.
There's a family there with like 6 kids.
Yeah. Except there was that one dad who said he would do anything to hold a baby tiger.
I know. I don't understand that. Doc says they feed the cats super quality food. It costs $10,000 a year, to feed each tiger. Cut to Joe Exotic going, I can feed a tiger for $3,000 a year.
I mean, even 10 seems cheap.
Whoa. 10 does seem cheap, right?
Yeah.
So now Joe Exotic explains that they work their asses
Ugh.
off to feed these tigers and get that price down.
This part was disgusting, and I saw people with not wearing gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, Becca. No.
I'm like, that's where I'm appalled.
No. So he said feedlots give them dead cows that have died in the feedlots, and they get roadkill and stuff like that. So I was thinking about this
Yeah.
because I was like, this is not good for these tigers. But then I'm like, what do they eat in the wild? They eat dead animals, but they catch them
But
and
they
eat them.
Yeah. To me, if a cow just drops dead in the field,
Mm-hmm.
then there's probably something wrong with that cow, and you're now gonna feed these tigers old, diseased, dead cow meat? I don't know. It doesn't seem good.
Okay, I had to look it up because I'm like a 10-year-old here. What do tigers in the wild eat? So they are okay, they primarily deer and wild boar.
Oh, yeah.
They're opportunistic hunters who may also eat buffalo, antelope, monkeys, sloth bears, young elephant, or rhino calves. A single tiger can consume up to 40 to 60 pounds of meat in one night.
Wow.
Okay. So back to the less than ideal living conditions.
Yeah.
Joe Exotic now tells us this story about his brother. This roadside zoo was his brother's dream, their dream together, and they were going to make it happen. But then his brother was killed by a drunk driver in 1997. And this propelled Joe to start up a mini dare program and just go to these schools and talk about the dangers of drugs and drinking. And I was like, drugs, really, dude? Really?
And I would like to talk to the administration that had Joe Exotic. Well, at that time he was Joe. How do you say his last name?
I couldn't say it if you paid me.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Joe, old last name, came into the office and said, "I'm here to teach kids about the dangers of drugs." And you're like, "Come on, I've got an elementary school right here for you."
And I'm going to bring a tiger.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bring a magician who's underage.
I also worry about myself because I saw a Venn diagram of me. I like baby tigers and I like magicians.
Okay, so like when you were in elementary school, you would have been into this or middle school.
I would have been so stoked if this was our yeah. Ooh.
Now I know what a lot of people are thinking. I have notoriously bad taste in men. Am I in any way attracted to any of these men? No. No is your answer to all of that. No. Nope.
I mean, maybe on a bad day, I could have gotten sucked into Doc Antel's thing over there because I kind of do like leather shorts.
If you were in like the lowest point of your life.
Yeah. And he tempted me with a baby tiger and leather shorts. Maybe. Okay.
So Joe Exotic's running into a problem. He's not able to hold these kids' attention. Like he's like, what do I have to do up here? I already have a mullet and a bunch of like wild earrings and leather pants with no underwear. What else do I have to do? So he decides he's going to start bringing cats in. Yeah. So he's bringing these wild cats into the schools. I'm just like, who is allowing this, to your point? Then he incorporates magic.
Yep.
Thanks to J.P. Wilson, who was a 12-year-old kid who showed him how to do magic.
This kid blew Joe's mind, and Joe was like, "Kid, teach me all your tricks."
The other night, I don't know what we were doing. Oh, there's a documentary coming out called The Wizard, and it's about David Copperfield.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I could get into that. I want to see that. And I said, I loved magic when I was little. And I don't know what this means, but Timmy goes to me, of course you did.
Oh, what does that mean? Because I love magic.
I was like, am I reaching for the divorce lawyer? What does that mean?
I have seen David Copperfield's show in Vegas. And I think he's, quote unquote, retiring now due to some things.
Okay.
But that show blew my mind. Like, I had the best time. We've gone to other magic shows. I love it. I can't help it.
When I was a kid, my mother bought me for Christmas Santa bought me for Christmas one year the Blackstone like magic kit. I was obsessed with it. I was obsessed with it. I was real into magic as a kid. I don't know what happened. So then he starts taking this act on the road
Yes.
to the malls and stuff because he's like, I'm not doing this shit for free in schools anymore. I'm going to start making some money off of this. And his husband, John, tells us when we were doing this, there would be 14 of us crammed into a semi cab.
Ew.
Yikes.
That's too many people.
They could make up to $30,000 with these appearances.
Wow.
And Howard Baskin, now Carole's husband, says, Joe would just shove these cubs in a truck and drive them around the country with no regard for their conditions or their happiness or anything.
No, I believe it.
Could you imagine what this looked like? Because they had to stop and feed these animals in places like where we have a truck stop kind of close to us, and I live in a very rural area.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get some weird things going on at that truck stop. I can only imagine this happening at a truck stop near me.
Tigers at the truck stop. 14 people climbing out of the cab.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
So Big Cat Rescue at this point hires a publicist, Susan Bass, and she starts reaching out to these malls in protest and trying to get the malls to stop hiring him.
Yeah.
And they had to practically follow them like around the country to figure out where they were going. Because again, like pre-social media, you don't know where this is happening.
This was pretty fun to watch. Like you see the map building on the screen.
100%. So they eventually get the malls to at least not invite him back.
Yeah.
And Saf says this was a huge loss for us because that paid the bills for the winter. But never fear. Joe is always ready with the scam to make more money. And this time, Becca, he is selling solo baby cat time.
Yep. Solo baby cat time.
Carole Baskin tells us that most of these people who do this kind of like encounter with the baby cub, they can only use a baby cat. Did I say cub? I meant cat.
Yeah.
They can only use a baby cat in this way until they're like 6 months old, maybe 12 weeks old, because then they're going to start like being dangerous.
Yeah, they can bite you and hurt you. And they show things that had happened at these visitations with the tigers.
Did you see? I don't know if you caught this, if your mama brain caught this, but at one point there's like a baby laying with this cub.
Yes.
Why am I saying cub? Kitten. Thing. Is it a cub? A tiger cub. Yes, it is a cub.
Yeah, it's a cub. Yeah.
So why, like, would you let your baby near this thing?
No.
Because at one point, Joe Exotic goes, oh, you got to watch its claws. It'll scratch your face off.
Yeah. Or the guy with the long blonde hair who was excited to be a tiger guy, when he was singing that song to the kid, like, I'll scratch your eyes because I'm a little jerk.
I know. You mean the Sebastian Bach, broke down Sebastian Bach? It's actually pretty. He's probably looks like Sebastian Bach looks now.
Yeah.
Because Sebastian Bach is broke all the way down now.
Yeah. He's not looking good.
No. So we see, just this kind of rise of cat people. And I remember this very clearly. Like, I remember we were big Letterman people in my house. And I remember seeing Jack Hanna on all the time.
So when they showed Jack Hanna, I always thought he was a good guy. Is Jack Hanna a bad guy?
I did too, but I don't know. Like, looking back on it, I don't know.
Like, I always thought he was
like educational and like
he was like
to
the
be a
crocodile guy.
conservationist. Yeah.
Or the alligator, from
I don't know.
Oh, that would break my heart. Jack Hanna, I hope you're a good guy.
Then we see fucking Shaq on a broadcast saying, oh, I went to the GW Zoo this weekend and bought 2 new tigers. Oh my God, Doc Antel is doing magic as well. What is with the magic?
And long hair. What's up with mullets, magic, and mustaches with these people? He
kind of looked like I couldn't, Frank Zappa, maybe?
Yes.
Kind of looked like a Peter Frampton. I know those two people look very different. More like a Frank Zappa. Young Frank Zappa.
I'm not going to lie. He did have kind of a sexy 70s
He was cute.
vibe.
He was cute. Absolutely.
I would have fallen for Doc Antel.
Oh, boy.
God.
He grew up, well, now you would have, because he grew up as a professional cowboy. So did that sweeten the pot for you?
Yes. Call me Doc.
And he moved to Yogaville in Buckingham, Virginia. I'm like, what is this? What is this?
There has to be a documentary.
This is a cult.
Yogaville.
This is a cult.
Oh, 100%.
And these guys, okay. They are taking these little baby cats down water slides in go-karts. I have a real fucking problem with this. This enraged me. I hate when I'm just going to say it and you guys can come for me. I hate when people do this with kids too. Because little babies don't have the autonomy to say, I'm scared and I don't want to do that.
Yes.
So parents think it's funny to take a baby and like take it on a roller coaster or something, and like the little kid is terrified.
Oh, you know what my grandma used to hate when people did? Tickle a baby.
Oh, yes.
She used to like, she would find like that so violating to a baby. She's like, that baby can't tell you they don't want to be tickled.
No, it's just, it bothers me so much. These cats do not want to go down a fucking water slide.
No.
You are an adult who consented to that. The cat did not.
No.
And it is not your child.
Can I ask you a disgusting question?
Oh God, what about?
How many times do you think Doc Antel has had sex in front of a tiger to feel cool?
Okay, I thought you were going to say had sex with a tiger.
Oh God, I hope not.
25 times at least.
Yeah. Like that's his thing. Like he wants
You're
to.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. So Doc Antel also worked with a lot of Hollywood directors when they needed cats around. He did Ace Ventura, stuff like that. Carole says this is bad. And she says there are ticking time bombs hidden all over this country. This had a vibe, you know, we have this vibe in Chimp Crazy too.
Yes.
So now we hear about Zanesville, Ohio in 2011. This was, I wanted to wring this guy's fucking neck. Some douchebag who had 50 of these big cats set them all free.
Yeah.
And what do you do? You can't endanger your population. You can't have like little Joe and Jane playing out in the yard and like a snow leopard comes upon them. Like, unfortunately, the police are put in this terrible position where they have to shoot these animals.
Yeah. And you see like a big bear in that pile of animals too.
It makes me so angry.
That is so unfair. Like, that's not fair. What we've done to those animals, it just angers me.
I agree.
Having a bear in your backyard is not, unless you live in Tahoe and you don't have a fence.
I get bear in my backyard all the time. I don't invite them here and I don't trap them here.
No.
In fact, we're scared of them and we just hide in our house.
Yeah.
So this prompted Ohio to change their laws. We do see John Kasich. We get a John Kasich sighting. And they make a law about owning exotic pets and who can do it. And it's unclear as to whether or not the law passed. I would have to look into that.
I feel like it,
John Kasich was like wanting it, but who knows?
Yeah.
So Doc Antel says, well, look, this drives me crazy. It's not the animals that are a problem. It's the guy who had them.
Yeah.
Dude, you're telling me that guy mistreated his animals so they like were set loose and like
yeah.
I'm trying to articulate what is wrong with that argument, but it's like a logical fallacy. Like it's the animals are the problem. If the guy let loose 50 chickens, people would be safe.
Yes. And I think Doc looked down on this person because he's not caring for him like me. Look what I have. Look what he had. He didn't know how to care for these animals.
If Doc doesn't think that somebody could knock the gate down to his precious little place and all his animals would run out and, do what animals do, he's nuts.
No.
So now Joe Exotic is interviewed on CBS this morning.
Oh my God.
About this Zanesville incident. And he's like, if they think they're coming in here to take my cats, there'll be another Waco. And I was like, wow.
Even the reporter goes, what Waco? Like,
I know. Everybody was kind of like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So now we meet the sheriff of the county, Sheriff Rhodes. And he says, look, Joe Exotic is like a fucking lightning rod, this guy. Like, he just attracts people who want to hurt him because he's such an idiot. And, of course, we learned that Joe Exotic is in, like, this, decades-long war with PETA. We expected this.
Yes.
We meet Brittany Pete, the lawyer for PETA. Was she in Chimp Crazy? I think she was.
She did. She looked familiar to her, and I was going to ask, like, was she the same?
Yeah, I think so. She says Joe Exotic is a ticking time bomb, and he's always armed. And Rink says they think we're beating the animals. We're never beating the animals. Again, this is a very, binary view of what abuse is.
The abuse is the zoo in your backyard. That's the abuse.
The abuse is that you are not allowing these animals to live freely and in conditions where they are safe and healthy.
Or that you have no training in big cats.
Like I can steal your son and lock him up in my basement for 2 years. I'm not abusing him. I'm not hitting him.
No.
Like, come on. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So Antel tells us he sleeps with an AK-47 under his mattress, loaded, ready to go.
Yeah. Well, if you look at all three of them, Joe, Carole, and Doc, they all live the same. They live behind gates. They have the same, almost identical signs, 24-hour surveillance. They all live in fear. They all live like anybody on either side of the story could take them out at any moment.
Yeah,
good point. It's a bizarre way to live.
It is a crazy way to live. And we did see some of this in Chimp Crazy, but I don't think it was to this extent.
No.
Like people weren't hiring people to kill each other.
No. I think because this is
Tonka.
Yeah, Tonka. Me and Tonka love McDonald's. Yeah, why are these three wrapped up in guns and PETA and like
I don't know. So Sheriff Rhodes says over the last 8 years, we've had about 50 police reports from Joe Exotic. And he does have legitimate concerns sometimes. Sometimes somebody from PETA will get onto the property, right? And try to, I don't know, like help an animal or something, bring it some McDonald's. I don't know what's happening. And Joe Exotic tells us that Carole, this is where he talks about like she's also making money off of these animals. And this is something that we need to explore as we go through to see if it's correct or not. Carole says the cadence of Carole, like she's just so monotone and tries to be so proper. And she's like, they are always trying to upset me on social media. You think? He's like naming mannequins after you and blowing them up with sticks of dynamite.
Yeah. And, I live in California, so anytime I see like stores like this, and I'm not saying they don't exist here, but
the gun store and the dynamite store,
you can just buy dynamite. I was like, wow.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay, Oklahoma.
It is Oklahoma. Yeah. So Carole, meanwhile, is putting up like billboards. She's on the radio, talking shit about Joe Exotic and trying to get his shit shut down. She wants to pass what is called the Big Cat Public Safety Act, which would end the ownership of big cats and exotic animals and prohibit the public from having contact with them. And I say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Doc says this will destroy private zoos. Good.
You should have some accreditation with a National Zoo Society.
Yeah. I won't even go to a big zoo. Like I'm just anti-zoo. I just am. And I understand there are zoos who do good conservation work.
Yeah.
But I'm just not a zoo person. The only thing I did go to is I went to the San Diego Wildlife Park when I first went there. I took my kids there in, 2010 maybe?
Yeah.
2015. Yeah. But I just have, it just bothers me.
I recently went to the San Diego Zoo because they got the pandas back. And I really wanted to see the panda. And even though that's a beautiful zoo, the animals look very well taken care of.
Right.
They're still a little like, that's sad.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough. And I don't admonish people who go to zoos. If you go to a legit public zoo that does educational and conservation work, no shade.
No, yeah.
It's these roadside zoos that are really bad.
Yeah.
So Joe right out threatens her and says, hey, Carole Baskin, before you bring me down, it is my belief that you will cease breathing. Whoa. She tells the camera, there are crazy people out there who would prefer to see me dead. She even talks about like one time she checked her mailbox and a bunch of snakes flew out at her.
Yeah. But then you also see Joe holding up all these snakes saying,
Yeah.
we're going to send these to Carole.
Yeah.
So was that Joe?
Joe's just committing his crimes on camera.
Jeez.
Very Samuel Bateman of him.
Yes. Not very smart.
And then this episode ends with 4 years later, Joe is calling from Grady County Jail 2019. And he says, just the fucking irony of this. I'm in a cage. You know why animals die in cages? Because their soul dies.
Oh, hello.
Calls
Ironic,
coming from
isn't it?
inside the house there,
Yeah.
Joe.
That's called
All
karma.
right, Becca, that's been our episode. So what did you think?
Oh, I don't want to say I loved it because it feels
Right.
kind of wrong, but I
Right.
kind of loved it. You know, it feels so made up, but it's real. Yeah.
And we can kind of like it again and appreciate it again as a specific, slice of time.
Yes.
But also knowing that like Joe Exotic's in jail. Like the wrongdoers here have been, I think have had justice delivered. We think.
And
I can't remember.
You know, we also see how much we have changed about animals, because I do kind of remember some shadier things in the 90s, or, we had a big park here called Marine World Africa USA. And I think you could probably take a picture with the baby tiger there. You could ride elephants.
Yeah.
You could ride camels. It was an accredited zoo, but it was an interactive experience.
Yeah.
And they had killer whales, they had dolphins,
Well, I remember when I took the girls on that trip to San Diego. So they were like, what, 8? And it was the year after my gram died. So it was 2016. We went to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
And then I saw Blackfish.
Yeah.
Never going to SeaWorld again.
So probably Maddox's 14th birthday. So, and he's 20 now. Marine World has now turned into a Six Flags.
Okay.
And they have some animals, but not all the animals. And, zoos are different. There's no killer whales anymore, but they have a dolphin show.
I'm going to just tell you, I think the whale community would prefer them to be called orcas.
Oh, I apologize. Okay.
That's okay. We don't want to offend the whales.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll refer to them as orcas.
Okay. But when we were growing up, they were killer whales.
Yeah.
That's what they were called. Yeah.
And
which is wild when you think about it. But go on.
They seem so friendly to people. But so we went there we walked past where the dolphin show was and kind of just peeked our head in. And it was in the same location where the orca shows used to be. And nothing about it had been remodeled.
Oh.
And I stood there with my sister and we both just were like, what? They used to put 2 or 3 of those orcas in here and make them
huge.
And it just really kind of ruined the whole vibe of the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And we didn't stay for the dolphin show. We were just walking past and it was just like, wow. So it makes me happy to see how far we've come.
I agree with you. Were you as obsessed with Blackfish as I was?
Oh, I was. Yeah, it was devastating. I had a hard time watching it.
But it became my whole personality. I wanted to become a marine biologist. And this was 10 years ago. I wasn't a little kid. And I was like, I need to save all the orcas. What do I do? How do I get SeaWorld shut down? I was really activated.
I was shocked when I watched Blackfish to kind of realize the lack of educational training that you need to work with animals sometimes.
Oh, yeah. They just throw people in there.
Yeah.
It's
I always thought you had to be a marine biologist to work with marine animals, but no.
I always err on the side of a lot more regulation, which is probably not that's just my own political skewing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we do in instances like this where people can get hurt. We need some kind of regulation. Because my whole thing is if you want to own an animal, that's your, I could see the argument, that's your choice, but it is a danger to others. That's where it becomes a problem. It's also terrible for the animal, but that's, if you put that aside and you know, you can hear the people arguing like, hey, it's my right to do what I want in my house. If I want to own an animal and it wants to scratch the eyes out of my entire family, that's our business.
Leave us alone.
Right. But like, and that's that independent libertarian view, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, great. But then when the cat is done mauling your family and breaks through the front door and comes over to my family,
that's where we have a problem.
We live in a community, and you can't be somebody who just cares about yourself. Unfortunately, you have to care about other people in a community.
Yeah.
It just drives me crazy.
And like, what kind of, I don't know, like what are you getting out of owning an exotic animal?
I don't know. Like in the Chimp Crazy documentary, I feel like there was this idea that they were babies.
Yeah. Or they were doing better for the animal than it would be somewhere else.
I still think it was something broken inside of them.
Yeah.
Like I need to care for something that loves me unconditionally like a baby would.
Yeah.
And remember the main woman, Tanya, was that her name?
Yeah. Tanya, I believe so.
Yeah. She had kids, but they were grown.
Kids. Yeah.
So like a lot of people who do this either don't have children or their children are grown and they're trying to, there's this nurturing aspect to them. I don't know, but the big cat people are different. Like that's what was the Chimp Crazy stuff. But
yeah, it's an interesting, and it's a world that I'm so not involved in. No, anyone. I know no one with an exotic animal
that we know of.
Yeah.
Somebody 3 houses down from me could have this going on. I live in a pretty rural area with zero regulation. Like, who knows?
I mean, I do know that there is somebody in my neighborhood that has a rooster and we're all pretty angry about it. So I do feel like we would know if somebody had a tiger.
You would just hear that. All right, guys, if you want to follow us on this journey, please consider joining Murder Club. It's $8 a month. You get our whole back catalog, which is quite a bit. You get everything ad-free, and you get also Kyla and I doing Making a Murderer, which has been...
Oh, it's so good.
Oh my God. Just that case. I'm so enraged for Brendan Dassey. Like if this kid doesn't get justice, I forget where it ends up with him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still in jail. Do not tell me, but I'm pretty sure he's still in jail and I'm not happy. I'm not happy right now.
Yeah.
Take the Stephen Avery out of it, the Brendan Dassey of it all. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Becca.
Yeah, no, thank you. This has been fun. I can't wait for episode 2.
Yeah. And if you guys can, just leave us a 5-star review. We're trying to grow the show. It really helps people find us. We'll come up and search results and stuff like that if we have enough 5-star review on Apple. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right. Thank you. And we will see you soon. See you next week. But if you're on the if you're part of our club, you will hear this on Thursday and you'll get Making Murder on Tuesday. Never mind. Okay. Thank you so much. We love you guys and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.